3 men under arrest in the deadly shooting of a father as he was walking with his 6-year-old daughter in the Bronx. Surveillance video shows a car pulling up and 29-year-old Anthony Robinson getting shot in the chest. This happened July 5th on East 170th Street and Sheridan Avenue. 21-year-old Davon Delks of the Bronx, 25-year-old Laquan Hayward of Staten Island, and 27-year-old Devon Vines of the Bronx are all now facing murder charges.
What's good, y'all? What's the numbers TV? It's your boy Paul Rowe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and like a video if you appreciate the content that Paul Rowe and What's the Numbers I provided. Today we back with another profile piece. This one is on JetGang Delks. In this video, we're going to talk about his early years coming up in the Bronx. Then we'll focus on how Delks became more well-known after linking up with some other kids from his neighborhood. After that, we will speak about Delks entering into the gang and street life before breaking down a situation that currently has Delks serving a 25 to life sentence in New York State Prison. JetGang Delks, real name Devon Delks, is from the East 170th and Clay Avenue area in the Bronx. Growing up in that neighborhood would be dangerous for a young Delks, as the area is filled with drugs and gangs, which led to a lot of crime. Delks would turn to the streets early on and would become a part of the Servo gang, which was affiliated with the Bloods. His main goal was to make some money to get fly and hang out with his friends. By this time, his circle of friends started calling themselves the Jet Gang on Instagram, where they displayed a lifestyle of fancy cars, jewelry, and designer clothes. The two standout members of the Jet Gang were JetGang Ray and JetGang Zay, who you could say were the faces of the crew on social media. But although he wasn't as well known to outsiders, Delks was definitely a respected and day one member of the Jet Gang. In September of 2016, JetGang Zay and Delks would release a rap video online that ended up getting over 150,000 views. But before they could drop another song and video together, trouble would arise when in November of 2016, 12 members of the Servo gang were indicted on conspiracy charges for multiple shootings, robberies, and check scams that netted them more than $200,000 from numerous ATM machines. Delks would be one of the 12 indicted and sat on Rikers Island for a while before copping out and being sentenced to jail time. While Delks was locked up, JetGang Ray would end up losing his life when he was shot and killed in Harlem in July 2018. Delks took the loss of his friend hard, especially because there was nothing he could do about it being that he was locked up. By March of 2019, Delks was once again a free man after serving his time. He would immediately get back to rapping and release some new music on SoundCloud. Delks was also featured in a rap video that was released on YouTube in March of 2019. The video has garnered over 40,000 views so far. Delks, who still wasn't even 21, had lived an eventful life so far. From doing jail time to receiving some internet fame due to his lifestyle and rap skills, Delks was still just trying to figure it out. And in the meantime, he was still running around the neighborhood with members of the Jet Gang and the Servo gang. Which brings us to July 2020, when 29-year-old Anthony Robinson was shot and killed while walking down the street with his daughter. The murder took place on the intersection of Sheridan Avenue and East 170th Street. About 10 days later, the police would announce the arrest of 3 people for the murder of Anthony Robinson, with one of the people charged being Devon Delks, aka JetGang Delks. The police said the killing was retaliation for a shooting that the victim's brother was involved in the day before. JetGang Delks would be sent to Rikers Island, which is where he would stay for the next few years, until finally going to trial on the murder charge in March of 2024. After the weeks-long trial, Delks would be found guilty by a jury of second-degree murder. Then in July of 2024, JetGang Delks would be sentenced to 25 to life in state prison. Delks was just 25 years old at the time of his sentencing. But yo, it's What's the Numbers TV. There's a quick profile piece on JetGang Delks, real name Devon Delks. Now, I done did a few JetGang. Now, the whole JetGang story, it kind of turned out kind of tragic and sad. You know, I did a JetGang Ray story. He lost his life. I did a profile piece on him. JetGang Zay, he's currently in jail, been in jail for years on end. You know, it's looking like he had a budding rap career at one point. We don't know what's going to happen when he gets out, but he's been in jail for years on years already. And got to be going on about 6, 7, 8 years already. So we got to wait to see when he gets out of jail what he's able to do. He's like really the last known JetGang member that's still alive and around and maybe could put on for the gang. Now, JetGang Guns, Joel Barber, he lost his life. He was also a member of JetGang. So now that's 2 members that passed away. 1 member doing 25 to life, and another that's been in jail for a year or over 5 years. Now, what they saying about Joel Barber, JetGang Guns, and all that, he was in the car with JetGang Delks, they saying, when they killed Anthony Robinson. So then he ends up leaving out the shooting. He goes and gets up with 2 other dudes, and they get shot. Another one gets killed, and another one gets injured, and he gets killed in the Bronx lobby of a building not too far from where this murder just happened. And they come back and say that the person who had something to do with that was the brother of Anthony Robinson, who they had just killed a few hours earlier. So like I said, in the Bronx, it goes down. This is some back and forth retaliation happening on the same day, hours after each other, these murders was happening. If you remember what I said, they said the murder of Anthony Robinson was retaliation to something that happened the day before by his brother. Anthony Robinson gets killed. Guns, Joel Barber gets killed with another dude from the Bronx who's well-known rapper, and another guy, he lives, the third guy. So like I said, it was back and forth, crazy situation, and this is what happens in these streets, you know what I'm saying? And I had to bring this to the light so, you know, the youth can see what's going on out here, man. Say no to gangs, say no to drugs, say no to guns, say no to scamming, all that, man. Do the right thing, man, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, preserve your life, man, extend your life, because living this street life, it's a short route. But on that note, man, I just want to say we gotta wait to see for JetGang Zay, man. Hopefully he can put on for the game. And like I said, it's the only place you're gonna get the JetGang story, man. What's Numbers TV, the only one with it. Multiple members of the JetGang, because at one point a lot of people was looking up to the JetGang, especially not from like the Bronx, because you know Brooklyn was really putting on with the scamming crews, the young scamming crews. Brooklyn had it, but JetGang was like one of the first ones from the Bronx that was moving as a unit and were young and had that light. If you remember, this is a picture of Zay in front of the i8, the BMW i8s when they first came out, and he looked like he was about 16 years old. So the picture went viral. But right after that is when the first indictment happened, and then from there it was just a domino effect, man. But on that note, man, I hope you guys appreciate the content, man. It's What's Numbers TV. It's your boy Poe Rowe. Rest in peace to all those involved. And on that note, man, I'm out of here, man. Go follow the Instagram. Follow Batty Bills on Instagram. Any business, Poe Rowe, What's Numbers at yahoo.com. And on that note, I'm out of here, man. Salute to Federal Aid. Salute to all members of the Mobb. Peace.